Let's move on to our fourth and final main topic today, shall we? And our fourth and final main topic today gets submitted to us by Jeff Dyer, who writes, John, like you, I'm hoping we get a Henry Cavill Superman announcement at DC Fandome. Wouldn't it be fun if we got a Henry Cavill Superman announcement at that thing? Let's see. Have you seen on the schedule that there is a surprise DC panel scheduled Saturday, 45 minutes before the Snyder Cut panel? That seems interesting. All right. Thanks a lot for sending that in, man. Now, first thing we should probably clarify is that yes, on the panel listings, there is a surprise panel listed, but that is not movie related. That is a surprise DC Comics panel. However, there is another panel that is scheduled. It's only 10 minutes, but half the things are only 10 minutes. It's only 10 minutes long, but it is denoted as being to be announced. To be announced Saturday, August 22nd at 3:50, not 15:50 p.m. This is the secret one. They're playing close to best. There's another one again that is surprise, but it's a DC Comics thing. This one is not listed as DC Comics. It is just simply listed as to be announced. So they're doing something there, Rob. They're going to be doing something there. Now, you and I have talked about last week when the guest list came out and they said Henry Cavill was not going to be a part of this. I instantly said, oh, I don't believe that for a second. Henry Cavill, who has been at the forefront of this whole thing. He was there with Zack Snyder as they announced that the Snyder Cut was moving to HBO Max, which we predicted for months, by the way. It was moving to HBO Max. He was there with him. He's the guy everybody's talking about. He's Superman. Don't tell me he's not going to be there. And so we speculated that again, no insider information. We were just speculating that we believe that he will be there and he'll be a surprise guest to make some kind of a surprise announcement. Now, as we get the schedule, we see that there is this to be announced panel at 3:50 p.m. in the afternoon. And of course, it raises the question of, is this going to be Henry Cavill's announcement that he's returning as Superman? Whether returning as Superman in a Black Adam movie, returning as Superman in a Flash movie, or returning as Superman in a true Man of Steel sequel. Who knows? But it should be noted, Rob, that it is not the only possibility. There are other possibilities of what this thing could be. Like, it may not be Superman at all. It very well may not be Superman or Henry Cavill related at all. So let's talk about what some of these possibilities may be, shall we? What is this big secret panel that's going on? Well, the first possibility, obviously the one I want to talk about, is that we're talking about Henry Cavill's return. I mean, that to me is the forefront. That to me is the real one that's on everybody's radar, that it's probably going to be Henry Cavill, and they're announcing his return as Superman. Again, I don't know if that's really true, and if it is true, whether or not he's Superman in somebody else's movie or his own, we don't know, but that's one of the possibilities. Another one of the possibilities, though, is that it could be New Gods. Remember, they've been talking now for well over a year about director Ava DuVernay, who's really hot right now, about her New Gods project. And, we recently got new looks at Darkseid again, and he could be involved in New Gods and all this kind of stuff. That's a possibility. This secret panel at 3:50 p.m. on August 22nd could be New Gods. Another possibility, maybe a Green Lantern movie. Listen, there has been talk, obviously. They've been announced that they were going to be doing, a Green Lantern show, right? Green Lantern show. But we haven't really heard anything about it since. Maybe, just speculating here, maybe they decided to change gears and they decided to go movie with Green Lantern. That's possible. Another possibility, Justice League 2. If you really wanted to drop a haymaker, if you really wanted to drop a bomb on people, you come out there and you announce Justice League 2, that'll get everybody talking. That would get everybody talking. Again, I'm not saying I think that's what they're going to do, but that's a possibility. Hey, why not? Another possibility might be Cyborg. Remember one of the 35 canceled DC movies was supposed to be a Cyborg standalone movie, right? That was supposed to be one of them. I mean, maybe they decided to spin that one up again. I'm not saying I think that's likely, but it's a possibility. Or how about the Wonder Twins? Don't laugh. Don't laugh. And it may not even be a Wonder Twins movie. I mean, maybe CW for Wonder Twins? I mean, maybe you could do something ridiculous. Hey, by the way, guys, in the live chat, I want to hear from you right now. What are some of your things? Because I'll add them to the list here. You tell me some of the other things that you think might actually, this special secret announcement could be, what this thing could be, and let me know, and maybe we'll get somebody is saying in the live chat, Green Lantern, the Green Lantern Corps is one. What is, oh yeah, somebody else is saying Zatanna in the live chat. Zatanna's a possibility too. Some people are saying somebody's saying Joker 2. The reason I don't think it would be Joker 2 is because that's really outside of the DCEU. So I personally don't think, but you never know. Another one a lot of people are saying in here is Batgirl, right? Because remember, Whedon was working on a Batgirl thing, then that kind of fell apart. Maybe they are still moving on Batgirl. Some people are saying maybe it'll be Batfleck. I really don't think that's in the cards. I really don't. But oh my God, you want to see me urinate my pants? Announce that Ben Affleck is coming back as Batman. That's another one. So there are a bunch of them here, guys, as possibilities. I still think the main one, though, is Henry Cavill's return to Superman. Again, no insider information. I have no inside source that told me that that's happening. I have no evidence that that's what's happening. Strictly as a fan speculating. But I think that makes sense. Rob, you're looking at all this stuff. We've now, to nobody's surprise, we've got a secret to be announced panel, 10 minutes long, just enough time for an announcement, coming up at DC Fandome. What do you think it's going to be? Could it be one of the ones we were just talking about? Do you think it could be another one altogether? What do you think it's going to be?
Well, you had a lot of good points to make, but I would say, okay, the whole purpose of this, and we now know that it is basically a big press release. When studios do marketing, they have to justify the costs. I think what this is a clever way for them to use marketing dollars and get the most bang for their buck. But I think it all is surrounding whatever this new announcement is. They wanted a big splash. People are going to tune in. This is obviously the highlight of the day, whatever they're going to announce. So I think by doing this, it's got to be a marquee title. This event, as far as DC is concerned, they've never done anything quite like this. And if they were to release, say, a Batgirl movie, well, that's okay. That's interesting. But you've got a Batman movie in production right now. You've got the Snyder Cut we know that we're getting in 2021. We've got Wonder Woman 84 is already on the way. Flash and Aquaman are being made. So I think you would need something even bigger than that to announce, because otherwise, if it isn't bigger than that, it's all that whatever that announcement is going to be overshadowed by the information of your bigger guns that you're covering anyway. I mean, if you're only giving Flash 10 minutes and you're only giving other movies 10 minutes and they're spending 25 minutes on an announcement of this caliber, it's got to be bigger than Flash. Who's bigger than Flash? Who's bigger than Wonder Woman? Who's bigger than Aquaman? And we already have a Batman movie being made. I'm going all in, man. It's Superman. It's Superman. It's the only thing that makes sense. And I like you said last week on the show, you were convinced, or you said I will join you in our little game of fan Texas Hold'em, and I'm going to go all in, all in after the flop or whatever. And I do believe that the only thing that makes sense in this context is a Superman announcement of some kind. I would bet, if I was a betting man, they're going to announce a movie called Superman.
Ooh, you even got a title for it.
It's, you know what? There's never been a movie called Superman. There's been Superman the movie. Right, that was 1978. But there's never been a movie. We saw Man of Steel. Man of Steel was, we're seeing Superman being forged. Post Snyder's Justice League, the Superman that we know and love, he's already gone through his crucible of life and death, his home planet. And now he's finally become the Superman post-Snyder Justice League that we know and love. For the very first time, Henry Cavill is going to be fully formed Superman. And why not? Wouldn't that be the most exciting thing that you could announce? AT&T, now that this merger's over and they control Warner Brothers, the executives at AT&T, what the hell do they know about the New Gods? As exciting as we think that might be, executives at AT&T are going to be like, what? You give them the fourth world omnibus here. We're going to do the New Gods. They're going to be looking at it going, what the hell is this? But you know what the AT&T executives know? They know Superman.
Let me ask you this, Rob. Let's say for a second that you get a phone call. All right, you get a phone call from Henry Cavill later tonight, and he tells you, I'm going to let you know, Rob, but it's not a Superman thing. All right, let's go over to this list of things we've got and the list that some of the fans just wrote in. So we got other things like New Gods, Green Lantern movie, Justice League 2, which could also involve Henry Cavill as Superman, but
yeah,
Cyborg, Wonder Twins, Green Lantern Corps, Zatanna, Joker 2, Batgirl, Batfleck. Let's just say you knew for a fact right now that it wasn't going to be a Superman related thing.
Yeah.
What do you think the next likely scenario is of what it could be, if not Superman related?
Well, we know we're getting a Green Lantern series. They've already announced that. Cyborg, we're going to see more of in Justice League, the Snyder Cut. Wonder Twins, no way. The Green Lantern Corps, again, we're already seeing that. Zatanna, who's that? AT&T executives, who's Zatanna? Joker 2, I would say that's a possibility. If it's not Superman, because look, Joker 2 made $1 billion. You have to think, how does the corporation that owns Warner Brothers think now? If they're going to make these announcements, they want to make it's got to be a sure thing that gets fans riled up. And if it's Joker 2, I'm willing to bet that there's a Batman connection then. They're going to say it's Joker 2 and we're going to have this, blah, 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 whatever that is. That would be, I think, the on this list, the biggest possibility, because $1 billion, that's nothing to sneeze at. Batgirl, no. Batfleck, maybe, but they just announced, Ben Affleck's going to make over at Paramount. He's doing the Making of Chinatown movie that he's doing.
Yeah, not to mention he still has to finish that one he's doing with Matt Damon, the French film about the final duel,
the last duel, right?
Which
Ridley
is that big
Scott's
director? Yeah, I was gonna say Ridley Scott's doing that one. So he's got kind of a big plate, but again, you want to see John Campea standing in place and then suddenly urinating himself? Tell me Ben Affleck is coming back as Batman.
Well, I mean, that would be cool too. I just don't think that the problem it's
highly unlikely.
They want to make a splash, and I don't think they really want to undercut what they think is going to be a new Batman trilogy with Robert Pattinson. So I think that they would pull back. They've already announced Michael Keaton perhaps coming back for Flashpoint, and I think that they don't want to overshadow those things. And what they need is something new. And I think they're really into appeasing the fans. I mean, the Snyder Cut, that it's moving forward is something that's the ultimate coup for DC fandom, I think. And they're going to want to give something that's even bigger than that. And the big man himself, man. You can't get bigger than Superman.
Cannot get bigger than Superman. All right, guys, the question for you then becomes, what do you think this little secret announcement is going to... By the way, it may not necessarily even be a feature film. It might be a HBO Max series that they announced,
right.
Or it could be, theoretically, it could be a CW show maybe. But if you're going to do something like to be announced secret panel, I think it seems more like Superman. It could be something else. Anyway, I am so curious about your thoughts. I decided to make that the topic of today's question of the day. So just before we started the show today, I got on the community tab on the YouTube channel. By the way, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel here, guys. Click that subscribe button and keep up to date with everything that's going on. So anyway, we jumped into the community tab and we asked everybody just before the show started, question of the day, DC Fandome has a surprise to be announced panel. What do you think it will be? Not what do you hope it will be. What do you think it will be? Well, right now, over 5,000 of you guys have already voted. And here's what you're saying. 7% of you are saying you believe it's going to be New Gods related. 63% of you A vast majority of you are saying you believe it's going to be Henry Cavill's return as Superman, either in somebody else's movie or in his own standalone movie. 8% of you think they're going to shift from HBO to the movie screen and do a Green Lantern movie. 5% of you think it could be a Justice League 2. And 16% of you guys think, hey, it's probably going to be something else in any of those things. That poll is up there right now. You guys can go and find it. I'll leave it up there, of course, for you guys to go and participate in. But give me your thoughts, guys. What do you think that new panel is going to be? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.